Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is Hopeful Chewbacca back at the Church of Chewbacca, and today we're going to go over two more teams, give them some team advice for the subscribers here on the YouTube channel. And today we have Mile High City, which is going to be this sunset that says Keep Swarm here, as well as we have SWEENEY316. As you can see, he put a little date on his team. I'm assuming that he's kept his link updated. This is what I'm going to base it off of. I know it's coming out a little bit past February 5th, but I told everybody whenever you give me your URL, make sure your team's updated so you have up-to-date team advice, because sometimes I can't get to it right away as there's other people ahead of you in the queue. Let's get into it. I will point out a little bit disclaimer for both of these guys' teams. They both have very good teams, just so you guys know going into it. So working around very good teams can be a little bit harder because you want to make sure that you keep their untradables, as well as you do know they have a good coin stack. So you have to find like the right pieces to plug them in. So let's see what we can do. Let's take a look at Miles City High's team right here. And for the first line, he has Past Meets Present Mario Lemieux. Then he has 93 overall Sean Couturier, Hut Fantasy Hockey. He has a 93 Matthew Tkachuk, 94 Flashback Master Set Player. Brought in 89 overall Larry Murphy. Really love this card as a Pittsburgh Penguins fan. Then we have Team of the Year Victor Hedman. On the second line, we have Guy Lafleur, Sidney Crosby's Winter National 91 overall card with the captain marker. Then we have the Nate McKinnon Master Set Player 91 from Winter National. Colton Parenko, Hut Halloween card. Quinn Hughes, 90 overall NHL 2030 card. On the third line, we have Brock Besser, Matt Sundin, and Marian Gaborik, franchise greats. And then we have the Jay Bouwmeester, Winter National, Scott Niedermayer, bold card. On the fourth line, we have Owen Tippett, Guy Carbonneau, and Andrei Svechnikov. Very good fourth line. This Tippett's one of the best synergy plugs when it comes to Spark, with the two Sparks, as well as a little bit bigger body, thicker build. So he's actually a really good fourth or third liner. Then we have Carey Price for the two Swarm and Winter National. Then we got good old Hurdy over here that a lot of people have as their backup goaltender, and Brian Fiddler. He has a very good team already. I don't think anybody can argue that. He has Howitzer, Speedster, Wingman, and Shutdown activated, as well as three team synergies: Distributor, Spark, and Swarm. Let's see what we can do to improve his team a little bit. His team will be on the right. My team advice will be on the left. So Miles City High told me that he has a huge coin stack. I believe it was over 1 million coins, if I'm not mistaken. As well as I think he has some gold or icon collectibles. So looking at the first line, we're going to keep it the exact same. It was obviously a very good first line. And then on the first defensive pair, we're going to get rid of this Larry Murphy. He's worth a lot of coins right now. I do love the Larry Murphy. We're going to bring in Jamie Drysdale to play with this Victor Hedman. Then on the second line, we have Guy Lafleur, Sidney Crosby, Nate McKinnon. Going to keep that the exact same. The Parenko, he's going to have a sunset set that comes out that's going to give you some gold collectibles. I would just keep the card for right now and then trade him in, but I want you to build this Chris Chelios 91 overall silver icon. Jay Bouwmeester is going to get a bump from the third defensive pair onto the second defensive pair. The Quinn Hughes, unfortunately, if you want to get another team synergy, which I did here with Balanced, you're going to have to sacrifice the Quinn Hughes. It's very unfortunate, but sometimes people just have to be sacrificed to the fire to make a better team. On the third line here, we have Brock Besser, going to keep the 91 overall. Matt Sundin's going to stay the same. We're going to sell this Marian Gaborik, bring in Yvonne Cornwallier. Then on the third defensive pair, upgrade the Scott Niedermayer to the 91 overall from the 88, which I think is something you should be doing anyway. And then Al McGinnis is going to come in here and play in the third defensive pair with Scott Niedermayer. I think this Al McGinnis with the 88 speed on the silver icon and the nasty clapper that he has, as well as very good defensively at 6'2", is kind of one of those guys that if he fits into your team perfectly for synergies, you could definitely use him, especially with the Scott Niedermayer, because Scott Niedermayer has 97 speed, so he'll make up for any deficiencies that Al McGinnis has. But Al McGinnis is pretty stay-at-home if you play with him. It's not like he cheats a lot like some of these other defensemen you see in the game. Then on the fourth line, we have Jeremy Roenick. Go pick him up his silver icon to get rid of this Owen Tippett. It also gives you two speedster as well. Guy Carbonneau is going to stay as the fourth line center. Andrei Svechnikov is going to stay on the fourth line right wing. Carey Price can stay as your goaltender. We're going to get rid of Hurdy here and bring in Pappy. And essentially, you bring him in because he has the balance. Brian Fiddler can still be your coach. By swapping out some of these players, which I think you might actually be able to do coin-wise, like the players like the Jamie Drysdale for the Larry Murphy, I think that's a pretty even switch. I think some of this silver icons is going to take you a little bit to make. Maybe not because of the coin stack you already have. But you have Howitzer, Speedster, and Wingman still activated. We do lose the shutdown for 1 point. I couldn't figure out how to squeeze that in right now. I think there might be a way long-term to do it. But we'll talk a little bit on Twitter offline since I know that you're on Twitter. But I think that losing the shutdown to get balance is well worth it, which this build also gives you balance, distributor, spark, and swarm. I think that this is pretty much an endgame team right here. And you still have the upward mobility of upgrading Guy Lafleur as well as the Mario Lemieux, which allow you to move some other pieces around. such as the Jay Bouwmeester will probably, even though he's an untradeable card, will probably have to go at some point in time because he only has one swarm. But I think this is the way to go, man, is with this team. And of course, let me know in the comments down below what you think about this team build. Now that we've knocked Mile High out of the way, let's move on to SWEENEY316. For his first line, he has LaFleur, 93 overall Couturier, then the Wayne Gretzky past meets present, as well as 92 overall Makar Hut Fantasy Hockey in the first defensive pair with Oscar Klefbom, 94 overall, absolute stud. Then on the second line here, we have Cam Neely, Mario Lemieux, and Marian Gaborik, master set player from Winter National, 91 overall. The Mario Lemieux is past meets present, 91 overall as well. Then you got the upgraded Chris Chelios, 94 flashback to 91 overall rating. Then the team of the year, Victor Hedman. On the third line, Brock Besser, Sidney Crosby, franchise great, Andrei Svechnikov, Larry Murphy, 94 flashback, then Roman Yossi's master set player for the Nashville Predators. On the fourth line, he has 90 overall Mark Stone, Guy Carbonneau, and Frank Mahavlich. Anton Khudobin and Hurdy's going to be his backup goaltender. The Khudobin has 2 Spark. He has Michael Davidson for the 3 Swarm as his coach. Therefore, the synergies he has activated is Howitzer, Speedster, Light the Lamp, Wingman, Shutdown, as well as Distributor, Spark, and Swarm. Let's see what we can do to slightly improve this team. Another player that has a very good team already. 3 synergy teams are going to be hard to upgrade a little bit because there's only so many players they can help with. His team's going to be on the right. The upgraded team is going to be on the left. So on the first line, we're going to keep it the exact same. I don't see any reason to change it. This Klefbom's already a monster, as well as the Makar, Couturier, Gretzky, Lafleur. There's no reason to change this line. It's already very good players. On the second line is where we have the first major change. We're going to sell this Cam Neely, get him out of there, bring in Steven Stamkos, 94 overall. I understand Steven Stamkos is pricey. I'm hoping with the event that comes Friday, his price goes down a little bit, I would assume, because there's going to be new guys coming out, as well as maybe some of these Team of the Years will upgrade. Then Mario Lemieux is going to stay as the center. Bring in Patrick Kane's Team of the Year, 89 overall. And the reason we're doing this is to activate Workhorse and Wingman, and he's one of the guys that has these synergies. I've shown this card before. When you have these synergies activated, he becomes 99 acceleration, 99 agility, so he's going to be a very good skater, 99 wrist shot accuracy. Then his hands are going to be 99 across the board pretty much. Just becomes an absolute monster. Sell this Marian Gaborik. Well, he still has some value. He's always going to have some value, though, with the Distributor and Wingman. He's the only guy that has these 2 synergies, other than his 92 overall and some other cards that are much below him in attribute rating. Chris Chelios, Victor Hedman's a great second defensive pair, so we're going to keep them where they are. Then on the third line here, we're going to have Brock Besser, bringing this Daryl Sittler Silver Icon, sell the Sidney Crosby. Andrei Svechnikov's going to stay on the third line as well. We're going to get rid of this Larry Murphy and Roman Josi, bring in Adam Fox and Brad Park Silver Icon. I know this is like a big switch up for this third defensive pair. Josi is a good card, but I think selling him and building Brad Park and then selling this Larry Murphy while his value is still very high to get Adam Fox, it's actually almost an even trade. And the Adam Fox has the Workhorse, which I think makes him slightly better than the Larry Murphy, in my personal opinion. I also think he has a little bit more longevity than the Larry Murphy. He's going to have better acceleration, better agility, so a little bit better skater than Larry Murphy, has a better shot than Larry Murphy does. The checking category is the exact same, other than Adam Fox actually has better discipline and shot blocking. The thing that Adam Fox has a little bit less of is actually nothing. He's just a better card than Larry Murphy overall, and they're about the same price because of Larry Murphy's 2 Howitzer and Swarm, where the Adam Fox doesn't have as good as synergies. And I think this Adam Fox is one of the best right-handed defensemen in the game for sure right now. On the fourth line, we're going to upgrade this Mark Stone. I just put him up there to upgrade him to 92 overall. You can leave him at the 90 if you want. Guy Carbonneau can stay as your center. We're going to have to get rid of this Frank Mahavlich. I think he's tradable because you didn't mark him as untradable and you marked other cards as untradable. So if he's tradable, definitely get rid of him and bring in Bobby Clark. You might have to build the Bobby Clark, like buy a bronze and build him. Same with the Daryl Sittler, but I think it's worth it. Then for your goaltending, we're going to keep Anton Khudobin. We're going to get him for Team of the Year 87 as the backup. Then we're going to have Elvis Merzlikins as your primary goaltender. I think he's a little bit taller goaltender. I think the Merzlikins is actually a very good goaltender, 6'3", has pretty good attributes, and he has a 2 Swarm. For the coach, we're going to move from Michael Davidson to Brad Rome because you need the 3 Spark for the way we kind of rearrange this team, such as getting rid of the Sidney Crosby and whatnot. And honestly, this team doesn't give you like an extra team synergy or anything. It does get you pretty close to balance at 6 out of 10, but it doesn't quite get you there. As for making the team a little bit better, it does activate Workhorse. And by activating And by activating Workhorse as like the biggest difference, well, I think the coins will be about the same, to be honest, because like this Kane's going to be cheaper than Gabrick. Obviously, the Stamkos is going to be more than like Neely and some of the other cards, but this Stamkos is endgame. Like, this is somebody you can definitely build off if he has 2 sparks, so he's an endgame card. So you're picking up a guy that's going to be in your lineup forever, whereas Cam Neely's going to eventually get replaced, right? Looking at this, I think bringing in the Kane and the Clef Bomb, as well as bringing in some of these other guys, give you a little bit more flexibility and a permanent place in the lineup. I do think that this Adam Fox will hold value a little bit better than the Larry Murphy will long term, because there's going to be other guys that get similar synergies as this Larry Murphy. So I think this is the way to go. I think building this team will allow you some more flexibility long term, and it activates the Workhorse, which actually makes this Clef Bomb a lot better in my personal opinion, because he gets that extra acceleration boost, which gives him 95 acceleration to 6'4" frame. And this is another guy you want to have Workhorse activated, because he is one of your endgame cards, and it has Steven Stamkos Workhorse activated as well. We're still keeping the same 3 player synergies. We're getting rid of a wasted Swarm, because you have 1 extra Swarm on this team build. We are losing Light the Lamp, but I don't think that's that big of a deal, because the person that was using Light the Lamp the most is Wayne Gretzky, and honestly, his wrist shot's already accurate enough at 96. The 99 would be nice, but I don't think it's necessary to force yourself to have Light the Lamp, which you did in this build kind of by having this Frank Mahovlich. Obviously, you had this Mahovlich to have the Swarm, but we did that with Bobby Clark, who's a much better card. I think getting rid of this Mahovlich is already an improvement. Bringing in Sittler for Crosby, I think, is an improvement. I think your third defensive pair is about the same, if not better, in my personal opinion. Has better synergies, at least. And like I said, the Adam Fox is somebody you can definitely sell long-term if you need to, as well as the Stamkos and Clef Bomb are always going to be sellable. This Stamkos' value is not going down anywhere because he's endgame. I think this is what you should build your team towards. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about it. If you have any concerns, we can always bring them offline if you don't want to go through the YouTube comments back and forth, because direct messaging is a little bit faster. That's going to wrap up the team advice for Mile High City, as well as SWEENEY316. Both these guys already have very good teams, so it's very hard to kind of maneuver pieces around without spending a lot of coins to get your team that extra team synergy, as well as whenever you have some untradables here and there, it just makes it a little bit harder. For instance, on the Sweeney's team, he had Gretzky. That Gretzky's nasty. You're not going to get rid of him, but really, synergy-wise, he doesn't really help you with the team synergies, because there's no point to build barrage when your team's already that good. I hope, though, that the reviews helped you guys kind of determine where you should build your teams towards next. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about the builds, and that's for everybody. If you guys think maybe there's a hole or somebody where I could have swapped out a different player and you thought it would help the build a little bit more, let me know in the comments down below. I'm human. These are my suggestions on how you can make a team better. That doesn't mean that it's the de facto end-all be-all or 100% the right answer. As always, I appreciate all your guys' support. If you want to have your team reviewed by me, make sure you join the Discord that's in the description down below and drop your URL for your team on NHL Hub Builder in the proper channel. I will add you to the queue, and I will get to it as soon as I can. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video with any of your buddies that play NHL 21, especially if they need team advice, because that's what I'm here for. You guys have a great day, and be safe.